Hello children, welcome to social class. Last class we already learned two crucial work that is in the lesson Advent of Europeans to India. That is none other Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. And in that we already started a Battle of Plassey and we already completed it also. And we learned that as when it was held, it is none other 1757. And what are the reasons behind that? That also we learned that nearly three reasons we learned it. It is none other. One is the misuse of dastakas. Dastakas means it is none other than that is a license. And as the second one we learned that it is none other that is a mending of the code without the permission of a Bengal government. And third one we learned that is a black room tragedy. These all we learned in the last class, and today's class we are going for the outcomes or a result of Battle of Plassey. We already learned as after gaining a political power over southern part of India, the Britishers they wanted to control over Bengal provinces. That is in the later part of 18th century we learned. And in that we learned that as two important crucial war it was taken place. That is the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. And what is the outcome it was, or what is the result of that Battle of Plassey? It is none other than this battle or war. It was brought that the immorality and also the lack of unity among the Indians and also greedy Indian businessmen. So the first one, it brought immorality, there is a value, and also a lack of unity. Lack of unity among Indians and also a greedy Indian businessmen. Indian businessmen. And as a second reason, we learned that as a one person, he wanted to become as a Nawab of Bengal. For that reason, he was offered as a Nawab of Bengal. For that reason, he was supported in England. He is none other than that is a Mir Jafar. So then you can write a Mir Jafar Z also and J also. That is left to you, and in this year they given that in the textbook as a J. So you have to follow this spelling only. So Mir Jafar, he was offered a post of to become as a Nawab of Bengal. For that reason he was supported English we learned in the last class. As now, soon after the Battle of Plassey, as a result as it was, he was became as the Nawab of Bengal. Nawab of Bengal. And the third important result, it is none other than as a Britishers, they gained political power and also they gained a right. Britishers, they gained right to do a business in Bengal. And the fourth one is that as Mir Jafar, he wanted to pay of 17 crores 70 lakhs as a war indemnity or a war compensation. Why? Because as a Siraj-ud-Dawla, he was attacked the Fort William, is or no? For that reason, Fort William, who was attacked below, it is none other than Siraj-ud-Dawla. For that reason, as a person, he has to give his ransom below in the last class, is or no? Yes, as a Mir Jafar, he has to pay or he has to give that is 17 crores 17 lakh rupees as a war indemnity or a war compensation because Siraj-ud-Dawla he was waged a war against or he was attacked that reason he has to pay. So I think you are understanding nearly four results or outcomes of the Battle of Plassey. First one brought immorality, that value only won't be there, and as a lack of unity, they are not having any unity among the Indians and also a greedy Indian businessmen. That is the first one. They themselves they quarrel against each other in order to get the position. And also somehow they are supporting a British, somehow they are opposing a British. So that is the first one. Second one, as a Mir Jafar, he was offered a position of a Nawab of Bengal. For that reason, he was neutral in that battle, and as for that reason only, as Siraj he got there as a failure winner in the last class. And next one we learned that is the Britishers gained the right. Soon after completing this Battle of Plassey, as the Britishers they got there as a right to do a business in Bengal. Already covered the southern part, now they moved towards the eastern part, and now they got there as a right to do a business in Bengal. And as the fourth one, as Mir Jafar, he has to pay a war indemnity or a war compensation because Siraj-ud-Dawla he was attacked the Fort William. For that reason he has to pay. Now while seeing these all things, it was goes in a smooth way, sorry. But in a nutshell, as a Mir Jafar, he was became as a continuous victim of a company and its official. They are using for their purpose as a Mir Jafar. And as he was supported them, now he was suffering here. So that's what I told. In a nutshell, as a Mir Jafar, he was became as a continuous victim of a company and its official. That is the first one, as it was mainly lead or mainly depending on Mir Jafar. Another one is that as a Bengal government, it's a treasury. It was went bankrupt here. Why it was went bankrupt here means it is none other as a greedy nature and a greedy company officials. They are misused that dastakas we learned and they are never satisfied with this. Again and again they are using that as a treasury of Bengal government, and it was brought there as a great or it was incurred a great loss we learned in the last class. So second important thing. And the third one is the Britishers they projected Mir Jafar. First they appointed as a Nawab of Bengal, and later after they projected or they dethroned that Mir Jafar as an inefficient Nawab of Bengal they called him. And later afterwards in that place they appointed Mir Jafar's nephew Mir Qasim as a Nawab of Bengal. As it was resulted, they dethroned this person, and as in that place they appointed Mir Qasim. He is none other than is a nephew of Mir Jafar, and later afterwards as a Mir Qasim first became as a Nawab of Bengal. These are the important things as the outcomes or a result of Battle of Plassey. I hope almost all are understood about the Battle of Plassey. It took in the year 1757. Now let's move towards the next one, that is the Battle of Buxar, another crucial war. Battle of Buxar. It held in the year 1764. Yes. Just now we already completed the Battle of Plassey. Now we are moved towards the Battle of Buxar. We already learned just now as who was became as a Nawab of Bengal. Is another Mir Qasim. Who is that Mir Qasim? Is another his nephew of Mir Jafar. We learned there is as Mir Qasim, he was an efficient administrator. Efficient administrator. He became as one of the Nawab of Bengal, and also he was became as an efficient administrator. In the beginning, he was loyal to a company. Beginning, he was loyal to obeying the rules and regulations of a company, and also even he paid 2 lakh pounds to a company here means as these three things. First he was or in the beginning was loyal to the company, was believed everything, and later afterwards he given there as a 2 lakh pounds to them, and as later afterwards he given there as a few places to a company also. Then afterwards he declared himself as a independent king. Independent king. Nobody declared he himself, he was declared as he was a independent king. And also even as a person, and how the changes it was brought by verifying that misuse of Dastakas. Now you know that when this all it was happened and this all it was taken place in Bengal. By verifying the misuse of Dastakas, he was declared that as a business is a duty free in Bengal. He declared this business is duty free in Bengal. When he declared this one means while verifying that the misuse of Dastakas, misuse by a company official, so he made now as it was declared as a business is a duty free. Means everyone they can do here. Now whenever this result it was happened in Bengal, Indians they fought against with the Britishers. Next step it was brought as the Indians they fought against with the Britishers, and this is only one reason enough that the company people or the British people they can be go against with the Nawab of Bengal is none other than Mir Qasim. And later afterwards what they did here means they brought again his uncle or about you know that one. Before Mir Qasim was there, he is none other than Mir Jafar. Now while seeing the situation, the company people they brought again Mir Jafar. First they told that as he is an inefficient Nawab of Bengal. For that reason his nephew they brought in a position of Nawab of Bengal. Now while seeing about these all conditions, now they taken away or also they brought again Mir Jafar, and also they dethroned that Mir Qasim. These all things it was starting on it was knowing by Mir Qasim. He knowing that cunningness or about the cunning nature of Britishers, and also he was dethroned from that Nawab position, and now he was going in order to organize the war against with the Britishers. How he organized? Now he went away from that position. Now he is going in order to prepare or in order to organize the war against the Britishers. How he was organized the war against the Britishers? It is none other. First he was supported merchants, and also then afterwards the artisans. He was supported merchants and artisans. He was supported while taking their help in order to go against with or in order to wage war against with the Britishers. He was supported merchants and artisans. That is the first one. Second one, he was made agreement. He made agreement with the two people. It is none other than Mughal Emperor. He is none other than Shah Alam II. Shah Alam II is a Mughal emperor, and also another one that is the Nawab of Oudh. Nawab of Oudh. He is none other than Shuj-ud-Dawla. What he was doing here means he was taken away or he was dethroned from that Nawab position. Now he went in order to organize the war against or in order to wage a war against with the Britishers. Alone he can't go. For that reason he was making a plan that is none other than one is he started to supporting the merchants and also the artisans. One. Second one was made agreement with the two people or two kingdom that is none other than Mughal Emperor and also Nawab of Oudh, and a Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, and also the Nawab of Oudh is none other than Shuj-ud-Dawla. And in that he made that as a combined forces. What he prepared here? It is a combined forces. It was started by Mir Qasim. When he made a combined force, again sorry, it was faced the army of a British army of a company, that is in what is that, Hector Munro. It was led by Hector Munro at Buxar. Here it was taken in the year 1764. While taking his own help, they made a combined forces, and it was faced a huge British army. It was led by Hector Munro at Buxar in the year 1764. But in this battle, Mir Qasim was defeated and he was ran away from that battlefield. But he was ran away from that position or a battlefield. But whoever given or whoever made an agreement with him, they got a support. They suffered a lot. It is none other than as Shah Alam II. He was surrendered here, and as Shujadawla also he was surrendered. And later after they had to pay something for a company. Well, because of they are waging a war against with the company, we learn. And in that, whatever they made a plan in order to stop a British rule over India, it was completely failed here. So I hope you are understanding about the Battle of Buxar. When it took, it is another 1764. And as we learned that during that time, Mir Qasim was became as a Nawab of Bengal. He is one of the important, efficient administrator. He was became in the beginning. He was loyal to a company and also paid 2 lakh pounds and also even some of the places to a company. But later afterwards, he was declared himself as an independent king, and also even while verifying there as a misuse of dastakas, he was declared that as a business is a duty free in Bengal, and it was made Indians to go against with the Britishers. When they are going against with the British, earlier they are listening or also they are obey the rules and regulations of the Britishers, but now they are going against with the Britishers, and it is enough that the Britishers to going or they are opposing Mir Qasim. What they did here means they brought again a Mir Jafar, starting they removed from a position of a Nawab of Bengal. Now they brought it again in the place of Nawab of Bengal, and they dethroned Mir Qasim. When they dethroned Mir Qasim, he went in order to wage a war against with the Britishers, and he made a plan that is supporting a merchants and an artisan, and also even he made an agreement with the two people, that is the Mughal Emperor and also Nawab, and that is the Shah Alam II and also Shujadawla. And also even while getting a support from these two, he made there as a combined force, and also this combined force, it was brought there as a battle, that is in the place Buxar, that it was came to be called as the Battle of Buxar in the year 1764. But in this battle, Mir Qasim was completely defeated and ran away from that battlefield. And but those who given a support in order to make an agreement with the Mir Qasim, they suffered a lot here. So this battle, it was brought there as a failure completely to Bengal people, and everything it was came under the control of British. Hope you are understanding that. Now let's move towards what are the outcomes or results of a Battle of Buxar. Outcomes or results of Battle of Buxar. First of all, we learned that as a Shah Alam II, he is none other than, we learned that he is a Mughal emperor. He was made an agreement with the Mir Qasim. As a Shah Alam II, he was accorded a Diwani right to a Britishers over a Bengal. He given Diwani right over Bengal to a Britishers, he given them. And the second one is it is none other than Shah Alam II. He was given all the right over Bengal to the Britishers, that is as per the annual fees. All the rights over Bengal to a annual fees of 26 lakh. 26 lakh. And the next one is that is third one. As another one, there is a Nawab of Oud. Nawab of Oud. He also paying there as a fine that is nearly a 50 lakh rupees as he was waging a war against with the company. As he was waging a war against with the company. And also finally, as a Mir Jafar, after the death of Mir Jafar, his son was getting a pension. It was given by a company. After the death of Mir Jafar, after the death of Mir Jafar, the company given a pension to his son and taken almost all administration over Bengal. It was took by a company. Administration over Bengal, it came under the control of company. In this way, we can see that as this battle, it was brought there as a Britishers. They controlled over almost all political power over Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha provinces. Odisha provinces. And even as about the Nawab of Oud, he was completely remained. He became under the control of a company only. That's the second next outcome. And finally, in the next year means 1764, Battle of Buxar, and 1765, as a Robert Clive was played a very important role for the foundation of Britishers. We learned there is as a Robert Clive, he was implemented Diwali right. Diwali right. Through that we can see that as a two important part or a two important right was gaining or it was implemented by a Robert Clive. It is none other company. They can be collected as they should collect land taxes. One. Another one is the Bengal Nawabs or Nawab of Bengal. They are having a power in order to take or in order to control over administration and justice and other part also. So like this Battle of Buxar, it was brought there as the Britishers in order to control over India and in order to protect the business interest. We can see in the Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey. So here 1600 East India Company was came into be established there. 1602 United East India Company, it was came into be established there. And also 1639 children, it was came to be established there as one of the first warehouse that is in the Madras warehouse. It was established in Madras we learned there. And finally 1664 French East India Company, it was came into be established there. Here this lesson it was came to be an end, and in this lesson you learn that as a European they came to India in order to do a trade, and it was a change to become as a commercial activities, and that activities was taken place in Constantinople. Later it was took by Ottoman Turks, and when they captured here completely land route it was completely closed, so they had to find out a new sea route, and that sea route it was found by Vasco da Gama in the year 1498 we learned, and afterwards another one route that is the Suez Canal they brought here in Egypt in order to connecting the Mediterranean Sea and Red Sea in order to minimize or in order to decrease the distances we learned there. And afterwards in this lesson we learn about European Trade Company, their Portuguese, Dutch, English and French we learned that. First two they could not compete with the English and French, so they withdrawn from that position we learned that. Later afterwards these two as a French and English they fought against with each other. There is nearly pre-Carnatic War, that is a Carnatic is eastern part of Tamil Nadu we learned. First Carnatic War as when it was taken and which treaty and as what is the result, and the second, third that all we learned in our last class. And thereafterwards what we learned there as these all three, it was a product, it was made Britishers to rule in India, that is the southern part of India we learned in the last class. Whenever they came here, their intention was to go towards the eastern part, that is mainly a Bengal province we learned it. When they came here, it was made there as a two crucial war, that is only none other than there is a battle of Plassey and battle of Buxar. Just now we learned that as when it was taken, what are the reason behind that, what are the outcome. So here this lesson it was comes to an end, and in the next class we are learning that as the extension of British rule in India. Till then, take care. Thank you.